How we doing, guys? Appreciate you coming in for another Friday night show with me, Reedy. Get your comments in. Obviously, we're going to talk about the main topic today. Yes, the title is um, Palace preview, but we need to talk about last night. Was it good enough? We want to know your opinions. Was it good enough from you guys? I'll tell you my thoughts. I'll be brutally honest. You might say I'm negative, but I'm going to say my thoughts, and I want to get your opinions back as well. So yeah, get your comments in, and we'll get started straight after the intro. Let's get it.
Welcome to Leicester Fan TV. Are you ready for the show? Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. We want your views, we want your comments, so join us live. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, how are you all doing? Dara, evening. Hope you're doing okay. Evening to Carlos as well. Appreciate you coming in. Hoss Rowand, if you want to say it like that. Appreciate you coming in. And my name is not that. If you want to keep saying that. Mike Rook says Cow needs to be putting chances away. Big topic. I've got so much written down on my notepad for tonight. I know what people are saying. People are saying they're happy with the draw. Like Dave said, I was quite happy with the draw at the end of the day. They were there for the taking for me. They were there for the taking yesterday, and we just didn't do it. We didn't put the chances away. We should have, and they weren't up for it. They were not up for it. So why didn't we do it? The team was there to do it, and we didn't put it away. And there's certain players for me yesterday that really didn't perform. I'll tell you a bit later after we get into a bit more. But what are people saying here? Hey Reedy, how are you? I'm fine. Renee, how are you? Ross, it's my name backwards, Reedy. Whoever that imposter is, I know who it is. I'm not that stupid. But yeah. How is it working at Forest? Who is this guy? Who knows about me? Who's looking at how I'm working, eh? Neil Ryan says they can play Dutch Cup final 3 days after the second leg. Don't panic. But what is more important to them? I think it would be the Conference League for me over a Dutch Cup final. Probably. I'm not too sure. Andy Miller says Nacho needs to be arrested for impersonating striker. Now here's a difficult one because I honestly didn't think he had the best of games. People are saying, he's better than Daka, he's better than this, better than that. Yes, he's a two-striker player. He has to have someone with him to play better. But for me yesterday, he was average at best. His touches were awful. Should be putting the chances away he had. The chip should be doing better. That it's his strong foot. Do something with it. I'm sorry, but you need to be doing better with the chances you've been getting. The strike, I think, was it in the second half? What was he doing with that shot? And then we've got to talk about the main man. I'm sorry, and I don't want to be negative, but the main man that we have to be talking about today, and I think it's one or the other for the main man today that I don't think's been playing well. It's Barnes. I'm sorry, he was absolutely shocking yesterday. What was he thinking yesterday? I think it's happened the last few games. But against Man United, I didn't get why he was there. I don't know why he's not thinking about going forward anymore. He gets the ball, he looks like, I can't take you on, I'll go backwards. I think he took them on once. And here's a stat for you, and Ross might know this. I don't know if he's checked it in the past, but their right back yesterday, PSV's right back on FIFA is a centre attacking mid. Their right back is a midfielder. Their right back is a midfielder. Yes, he might play in certain different positions, but he took Barnes to the shops yesterday. He did well against him yesterday, and it's hard. And Carlos says as well, Barnes missing too many opportunities. He is. He needs to start improving. He needs to start improving. Barnes thinks he can run through 5 different defenders. Don't get me wrong, I think I'd like him to do that. But at times he doesn't try to take on the players, he just tries to run at them and then he just loses the ball. Michael, I don't think every player was bad yesterday. There's some players I think performed brilliantly. I thought Dewsbury Hall again was a brilliant performance. Fofana, I've got to admit, Evans had a decent performance. I just don't know if he really gets put in over maybe a Sunchu or a Marty at the moment. I don't want to be negative, but there's certain players, and there was one that really frustrated me yesterday. And I've got to say, Youri Tielemans, I don't know if it's a formation. I don't know whether because we didn't have an actual DM sort of role in that play in that formation yesterday, it really didn't cater to how we wanted to play. We didn't have a DM, so we had Madison in the front of the midfield, and then behind him was Dewsbury and Youri Tielemans. Normally, we have that one DM sitting behind two of them for them both to progress. And it just looked like Youri Tielemans was stuck in the middle of the park, and every ball that came to him, he either bounced off him and gave away again, or the ball he had the ball and he just left. He just gave the ball away. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't the worst of performances yesterday, but with how PSV came and played, we should have easily beat them. I'm sorry, but we should have easily beat them. We had chances and chances and chances, and none of them. We had no finishing in there. And you've got to, you've like Craig says, you've got to probably. I won't say blame him, but he's got to be doing better at the times. Don't get me wrong, he does good at one game. United, he was average at times against United. Got the goal, should have had an assist, and you'd still say fair play to him. But I don't know about Iheanacho, man. Jack says we didn't close them down enough at the back instead of getting stuck in second half. I don't want to be negative, but there was another thing yesterday. A second half, everyone was talking about it anyway on the stream yesterday. Why did we bring off Iheanacho for a number 8 or number 10, or however you'd say it, for Lookman? You'd bring Albrighton off for Lookman, and then you'd bring Daka on for Iheanacho or put them up together. Well, we know he's not going to put them together. It's Brendan Rodgers. He's not going to put 2 strikers up front. Not now. And then you bring on Daka with 9 minutes to go. If I was, don't get me wrong, some people are big haters of Daka, or they're just not a big fan of how he plays. I'd rather play him in 60 minutes and see what he can do instead of bringing him for 9 and just letting him have a bit of a rundown. He needs to have more of a chance. And when Vardy got injured, he was the main man to come in, and he did well in Europe and in the league. Got a goal against United, got a goal against Tottenham. 2 big goals, 2 big games. I'm sorry, but I think realistically, he needs to be getting put in over Iheanacho for me. And that's my timer. I'm going to bring Ross in 2 seconds. Let's see what else we were saying before we do start. I think someone said something about, where is it? Kane, evening. Squire says Barnes was poor again last night. Again, I think that's true. Jack says that's the player who's playing right back. And I'm sorry, but you don't get beaten by him all night long. What else people were saying about the new guy? I think there was that other guy. Someone said about Madueke playing somewhere. I don't know where. I'm trying to look for it now before I get Ross on. Where is it? I don't know if I can find it now. Yeah, I think he was saying that he played all right, but was he quality enough to do it? I think he was the most threat they had. I think he was the biggest threat they had, but he didn't really do much. And I think John Squires is right. I think I won't say get him out, but bring him on, bring Daka on earlier if necessary. He had what 1 minute against United, and then he had 9 minutes against PSV. You've got to be switching this up a bit more. Jack says, according to reports, we have to sign Lookman now. He has played the last game. I'd take him. I'm sorry. I think he's brilliant. I'd rather have him on the left over Barnes at the moment. I'm sorry, but it's true. Barnes really is frustrating me the way he's playing at the moment, and I don't want to be negative, but yesterday's game, before we bring him on, yesterday's game was there for the taking, and we didn't do it. So we will get his thoughts on when we bring him on. And he needs to talk while I quickly go nip somewhere for 2 seconds. So hopefully he can talk enough. And here he is now.
Wait, you giving me the lead? Don't adjust your TV sets then. Yes, it was. Before Jack said that person, yes, it was Mario Jr. on FIFA. He's a cam.
Exactly.
And obviously he was a right back. But I'll tell you what, though, their best player yesterday, ironically, was the English guy. How do you say
it was Madueke.
Madueke. He had a really good game. He was probably their best player, to be fair. And, you know, I mean, we're still in it. In a way, it's half time. Since Reedy's going to the toilet, don't adjust your TV sets. Well, your screens. No, basically, I went to the game yesterday. I was sat in the Cop. Yeah, I think Barnes had a pretty poor game, but let's not forget it's half time. It's 0-0. A whole lot to play for. Obviously, now it's going to be even tougher because PSV, their fans were incredible yesterday. There's been a lot of clips online and all that stuff. So next Thursday will be a very tough game. Obviously, it's 5:45 kickoff in England. So we should look forward to it. You know, we're still in it. We're not out of it. We aren't lost. That's the thing. So, it's just it's natural missing yesterday and that chance from Barnes, and then again Barnes and apparently Castagna kept on passing it to Barnes on the wing.
He
just wasn't doing anything. He was trying to cut inside. It just wasn't working. The PSV players knew.
Don't get me wrong. At times, it was kind of like our formation just did the same as what their formation was. Every time we went forward, they stopped us. Every time they went forward, they stopped us. So it worked both ways. They were quite wide on the formation. We were quite wide on the formation. When we came down the wing, they had down the wing. So I think formations kind of clashed a bit, but that's where you change it, and you don't bring on. For me, you don't bring on James Justin into a centre back and go back five. Because you went to back five when he came.
If we were winning, then but fair enough. But not when it's 0-0. You try at least get a goal because at the end of the day, it's the first half. It's the first half of the game, meaning first leg. And the first leg is always important. It's just as important as the second leg. You want to get that goal. It's like against Rennes. Had Iniesta not scored that last minute goal against Rennes in the first game, who knows what would have happened? I'm not saying who knows what could have happened. So it was just a frustrating night. I get what you mean about Tielemans. He weren't great yesterday. I
think for me, Tielemans was probably one of the worst, and then it's probably Barnes. But don't get me wrong, it was still a decent performance. I'm not gonna say that it was an all right performance, but I say that we really should have took the chances while we had because they weren't the best at all.
Felipe's just put it in there. Yeah, Brendan's tactics. Yeah, well, dimensional. Yeah, it's been a long day. We are still in the tie.
It will be a harder way. Yeah, it will be. But again, I say that the formation he played was a bit off with what we normally play. We don't normally play a 4-3-3. I think we're missing with Chari. I think that's that DM position.
I agree with what Adams put. It's been the first time I've sat in the Cop in 10.5 years. And do you know what? I agree with him. I think that without the clappers, the atmosphere is not great. I mean, it was all right yesterday. I was in SK1. It was all right. Obviously, it weren't spectacular, but it was just like, it's all right.
I think I sat yesterday where Phil normally sits. I don't sit there normally, and it's actually directly behind the goal, looking on the whole pitch. And from where we were, because obviously we were near the away fans, it was a lot louder. But I know what you mean. Well, I normally
L1
isn't as loud at all.
You know what? L1 was very quiet. Because I usually sit. My usual seats is either block J or block K, and usually that is banging. Whenever I've gone, it's pretty good. But yesterday, I could hardly hear them.
Phil says the atmosphere was quite good,
Yeah.
which
But it was all right
at
at
times
a
it was
bit.
good.
It
Yeah,
was all right. Yeah, at the beginning, and then obviously in the second half when I think when the goalkeeper made a mistake and kicked out for a throw in, and it was just getting the crowd back, motivating the players. But again, it's 0-0. I mean, I'm just glad they didn't nick a last minute winner because we were all fearing it when it came to 4 minutes. I'm like, oh no, they're going to get a late winner. And let's be honest, they should have had a penalty. I think I've watched it back. I think they should have had a penalty. Let's be honest.
it was a stone wall penalty. Even if it was accidental from Ricky P, it was still a stone wall penalty.
TV commentary said KP were bouncing at times.
I thought it was decent.
It was.
It was a bit better than it normally is.
Yeah, it's better than. I mean, from what it's not as nobly bad. All right, to be fair, but
the thing that don't
better. But
the thing that don't get
Champions
me.
League, well, here's the thing: if it were a Champions League or Europa League quarter-final, the atmosphere would be completely different. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and Phil says it was a penalty.
Yeah, it was a penalty.
When me and Sam saw it, we literally looked at each other and just thought, Mike says Plan B. There's no Plan B again. I'm not going to say that anywhere near to Phil because he actually has a go at them when they say there's no Plan B, and he's right. I don't get why. It's all the subs, and I just don't get why you bring someone like Lookman centrally.
To be fair, though,
and then bring Daka on when 9 minutes to go.
Well, to be fair, when Lookman came on, he looked pretty decent. To be fair.
Oh no, I didn't mind it. I didn't mind it because I think I'd prefer Lookman there. But when you've got someone like Daka on the bench, it's a bit stupid not putting a striker on for a striker instead of putting a.
Yeah, I think that should have happened. But it's one of the things.
Before we do move on to Palace, I've got to admit, Rennes was a harder game than PSV was.
100%. Rennes actually gave us a game in the first and second game. They battered it. They deserved the. I know they won 2-1, but I'm on about it. They deserved at least more than 2 goals. Let's be honest. They were a cracking side. But I'm not saying PSV are a bad side because they're not. They're a good side. At the end of the day, some teams play differently. Some teams go to play for that draw. And then they go and stomp a mud hole at their place. PSV, from their atmosphere, was incredible yesterday. There's been a lot of clips online. Leicester Fan TV, TikTok, go get a follow. I thought I'd plug it there. See? And I'm over 200k viewers. Well, never mind. But yeah, it's just bouncing, doing that weird thing that they were doing. That weird thing.
Oh yeah, up and down. Yeah.
Yeah, but do you know what though? Someone said it yesterday. I've seen comments. If you British fans did that, we'd get accused of copying. I
wouldn't say copying it. Just we would never be able to get the whole stadium to do that.
Well, I don't know if you were quite young, well, a bit younger. Poznan. I don't know if you ever remember doing that. If you don't, that's fine. I can tell you.
Poznan, I've heard of it. What's it?
So basically, you used to turn around, fans, and just
and you just jump around.
Yeah. Poznan started it, the team, and then Man City started doing it. And when we played them in the FA Cup, when we saw Bamba's debut, I know we did it, and we were like, "What the hell's that?" And then not that drink, I'm on about the actual Poznan thing.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, "What's that?" And then we started doing it as a bit of a laugh, and then every time we scored, most at the stadium would have started doing it. I thought, this is class. This we're quite fun actually. In comments now, I'm going to shoot off in a few minutes because my son's coming. But I ask him if they remember the Poznan. Who can remember that? I preferred that over the Clappers. I'm not going to lie.
Dara does say here that we should have played Justin Lookman on the wing from the start. It's difficult because with Albrighton, don't get me wrong, he's not got the pace on the wing, but he knows how he does it. He puts the effort in. Where I think that's where when Lookman came on, that's who he should have come on for. Yeah, I should not have stayed there for that long.
It says
Phil says tactics were strange. Lookman for a number 9, and then Namis put Daka on. Again, it's just I think the tactics was wrong. I think the formation was wrong for us yesterday. I think we missed that DM position. I think that was the main thing for me. We missed that holding DM, so our more of a midfield could progress up the field. Whereas I
say about Clappers. To my son, by the way, just before anyone makes it out.
Think we might regret not making our possession pay. Exactly.
100%.
And before we move to Palace, that was the one game where that was an easier game than Rennes. We should be easily taking our chances there. And before we go to Palace, that barn shot, just shows how bad that game was for him.
Do you know
It was
what
just
Nacho won?
ridiculous.
Let's be honest with Nacho won. Everyone was like, yeah, and then when it missed, basically the crowd went, yeah. I couldn't believe it when that didn't go in. It was madness.
Dorco says, after winning the league 2 years and 5th place, COVID, chaos, and injuries, the Leicester fans are just a bit deflated at the moment. I don't know. I think we've been on a really positive. What's the word? Not
Do you know what
decline.
is a fact? Now, I'm sorry if I'll break it, but do you know since Fofana's every time Fofana started since he's come back,
we've kept a clean sheet.
No,
we've won.
No, we haven't
lost.
Oh
yeah.
Just saying. Oh, what?
Yeah,
no, sorry. We have. Sorry, Ren, but technically went through. My apologies. Sorry, forget what I said.
But you can counter that because he scored the goal.
Yes. All right. Fair enough.
He won the game because he scored the goal.
Yes. There we go. Fair enough. Palace.
Palace. Yeah, let's move to Palace because we've got on enough about that game. Yeah. But Arsenal, they beat them 3-0. They're in a really good season at the moment. And
semi-finals of the FA Cup. Do you know what they remind me of Leicester a bit? Playing, they've done really well under Patrick Vieira. Everyone didn't give him a chance, Patrick Vieira, when he went. You know, she's never managed before, and all that stuff. So they've took a gamble on him, to be fair, and it's paid off for him at the minute. You know, they're playing really well. So they've got a good away section too. So they'll be interesting to what they'll do. Schlupp, the return of Mr. Schlupp. Tough game. That'll be a very tough game. Very tough game.
I think that I heard that Brendan said there might be a few changes going into that game, which I'm guessing will be mostly to the back line for the PSV game next Thursday.
Yeah,
so I'm guessing maybe Soyuncu and Amati will be coming back into that game. And probably someone like JJ to start instead of Ricky P. Because I'd rather have him play against PSV next week than play him in the game thingy. But Ross has dipped out, so I'll have to take him out for a minute. Adam says if Palace turn up against Arsenal will get spanked. I wouldn't say that because when we played PSV yesterday, we thought it'd either be a really hard game, yet we were the better team quite easily. But we just didn't put our chances away. Terence says, give Dak 70 minutes against Palace. I think I'd rather him against PSV. I think I'd rather play Iheanacho on Sunday and then play Daka the full 70, 80 minutes against PSV. I think we need to switch things up against PSV. We need to go at them if we want to win that game. We can't sit back. And I think with playing Kelechi and the likes of them, we'll be coming back a lot, coming like we did yesterday. It was coming back, trying to make the attack again. It just really didn't work for me. Mike Davies says if we play 4-1-4-1, we beat Palace 3-1. Okay, if you're a tactics man, okay. 4-1-4-1, so you play one up front, and then that CDM role. Mendy back in on Sunday. I think that has to be the chance for him to get back in. Mike says Nacho missed that pen at Palace last time. Did he? Home or away? Home, we won 2-1. And he scored that banger. Dorco says Conor Gallagher, Zaha and Schlupp are dangerous. Yes, but every team we play against is dangerous. Sancho's dangerous for Man U. Madueke was dangerous for PSV last night. I don't think it's that. If we got a good defence out there, we won't. I don't think we'll suffer that bad. Andy Miller says Palace will be relieved if Nacho is playing. Exactly, but I think I'd rather play Nacho in that sort of game and keep Daka fresh and ready for the game against PSV. For me, I think he needs to be in that squad for the PSV game. I will bring you back in 2 seconds, Ross. Adam Tucker says we have only scored 4 in the last 5 games. We need a striker. You wonder where Daka's coming appearing from. There's people that don't rate Daka, and I just think if you're giving Kelechi a chance now with Vardy being injured, you've got to give Daka more of a chance. You can't give him 10 minutes in the last 2 games. 1 minute in one game and 9 minutes in another. You just can't. That's just not. I wouldn't say fair, but what's he going to do in 10 minutes over 100 or 120 minutes? Unless he's, world class and he can do something from the spot. But exactly, Adam, give Daka a chance 100%. I think he has to play against PSV and play Iheanacho or Lookman in a striker position against Crystal Palace. And I think Phil would say that I think we would take a draw against Crystal Palace or a loss maybe to make if it means we win against PSV. I would take that. Don't get me wrong. I'd never want to win again. I'd never want to lose against at home. But if it means we win away and we have a better team out there, I think we would. Is there anything else to say? Mike Davis says the KP was so quiet compared to most grounds. Put away fans between the cop and the stand L block to centre the cop. We did the Parliament trees in the FA Cup away, did we? I can't remember doing that. God, the guy on the right must have a big ass walk. He's always walking around. No, he just lives on his own. He's got a big ass himself. I hate those pissing cappers. Cool. What else we got? And yeah, we'll bring Ross in for the last 3 minutes to get his score prediction for.
Well, yeah, my son rang me. That was why.
There you go.
I've got his new shirt. So
we've got to end soon, so we want your score prediction for Sunday and your lineup, please, and a very quick one, please.
Oh, well, I have to get on let's score because my son's just about to come in the door. So I will give you 2-1 Leicester. My son's new shirt, by the way. The pink and grey. No, 2-1 Leicester, and I will give my team news on the Sunday. So I'll be doing the watch along as far as
there you go. Yes, so, yes, you'll be doing the watch along. So I appreciate you coming on, Ross, and appreciate everyone coming in tonight.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm going to shoot off now, but yeah, see you in a bit, lads.
See you in a bit. And there we go. I appreciate everyone coming in. Obviously, Phil's come in, speak about what his thoughts on the game because he wasn't there yesterday either. And I think we'll pretty much can say that it was a definite penalty last night that we got away with. So hope everyone's enjoyed, and we'll catch you all on the next show, which will be Sunday. The Jono show. It's not the Jamie show. So yeah, just make sure you know that Jamie won't be doing his show tomorrow. I think on Sunday. I think it will be Jono unless they're doing it the week after. I'm not too sure. But Jono will be taking over Jamie's Aftermath show for the next few weeks while he gets on with work. And that's it, guys. Appreciate you coming on. Make sure you check out all the socials. I think the Everards t-shirt giveaway is still going. So make sure you get your name into there if you want to try and win a Jamie Everards shirts. And appreciate you coming in. And we'll catch you all next time. Peace.
Thanks for watching Leicester Fan TV. Thanks to our sponsors, ADT Taxis, Everards, Pukka Pies, Pink Car Leasing, Leicester Riders, Hollogram, The Fox's Arms, Peter's Pizzeria, Hope Against Cancer, and Newby Co estate agents. Make sure to follow us on all of our social channels at Leicester Fan TV. Visit our website, leicesterfantv.com.